Hey folks, TonerRat11 here. We're doing another video. This is kind of battle box related, but I'm just gonna make it its own video because I did receive another one of these in the latest battle box. Got their branding on it. But this is the LuminAid, and this is the LuminAid packlite 16. The biggest difference between the two is size-wise they're the same. The grommet area, all that's the same. The only difference is this one has one LED in it, which I'll show you in this one, and this one has two LEDs. You can see them right there at the bottom. They're both made with it's called TPU. I haven't really looked up how what it is, but it's PVC free, so I'm guessing that PVC is bad for you. Probably gives you cancer or something like everything else in the world. But it's made from TPU, and this is made with it's thicker than this one from the first one they came out with, and it also has a red light and a green light. And basically, the red light indicates that it's charging. So the red lights indicate it's charging, and then when it's green, it's charged. It's fully charged or whatever. It also has two more settings than this one, I believe. I think it's two more, yeah. I just received this one. This one I received in the last battle box. But I have been using this one quite a bit. And even, now that it's built up better and it's got that light and stuff, it's increased quite a bit in my eyes. Excuse me for my belly here. I just got done working out. I got my gym shorts on. Ever since I got out of the military, I hit that DD 214 and gained about 214 pounds. So excuse the love maker down here. But they have a lot of uses for them. And the battle box this month came with this, and it had a promo code for, I think, 10% off. And when I went on their website, I wanted to see what else they had. They have this. They also have another blow-up lantern, which I don't see anything really special about. It's square. It kind of blows up. But I'll have to, maybe down the road, I'll get one of those and check that out. But, they really don't sell them singly. I think they do have them single on there, but they usually sell them like 2-packs and 20 packs and stuff like that. And I'm kind of thinking in my head, I mean, besides a certain school that would want, to give these out as equipment or for distribution price and stuff. But then I started thinking about it, and it's as small as these things pack down, I'm thinking of it as it is a light source. In general, it's just a light source, which is good. But it also could be used as a flotation device. Now, they don't really specify that in there, but I mean, if you get a multiple amount of these, maybe if you pack 4 to 6 of these in your pack, folded down, I think you could definitely do some, support your gear and stuff if you're floating across the Ohio River or something, The other idea I had, which I'm not a huge fisherman, I do the survival fishing and shit, just throw the hook in with the sinker and find some bait on it. But my brother was talking about that certain fish are attracted to light, so I kind of got the idea of putting your kind of pretty much tying your fishing lure to this, putting your weight and stuff on it and letting it sit in the water with the light on, and it may attract fish. So any of you anglers out there, I'm not a bass pro-man myself, so I don't know 100% about that, but maybe it's true. It could possibly be a lighted bobber to attract fish or whatever. So just another idea that we got brought up, and I want to put on here to maybe get some people thinking. Like I said, maybe you guys know more than I do about the fishing part, which I don't. But it's a possibility. It could attract certain fish. So like I said, I've been using this one. I've had this one probably over a year now. It holds its charge really good because I would keep a carabiner on it, and when I went out on day hikes or whatever, I just hang it from the outside of my pack. But when I have it stored and stuff and going transporting back and forth to the car and stuff, I don't like stuff hanging outside my pack, so I just throw it in the, you know, one of my pouches or whatever. And it holds up really good. I think it's set on there up to 80 days. I believe that it holds the charge from the solar. And I mean, it's showing it's charging now. I don't know. Maybe solars can get something from fluorescent lights. I don't friggin' know how any of that stuff works, but they do charge up pretty quick. It says on there to charge for 7 hours in the sunlight for peak performance. And the one I've been keeping, I've just been throwing in my windowsill up on the during the sunrise, and it's been keeping it charged. Like I said, this one, I haven't had this one go off green when I keep it up there, but it really does hold its charge. Now, the test that I want to do with it is I want to see how long they last, because I don't know how to really put it. Like, I just want to say it's kind of fucky with the, you know, the way that the dimensions and stuff are. Because it said the new one on, let me see here, because the new one is 65 lumens on the brightest setting. The old one, this one here, was 35 lumens, and it would last on the lowest setting for 16 hours. Then I looked on this one for how long it would last on the lowest setting, and it said 30 hours. But then it said 31 hours for strobe. And then it said, there's another section I was reading that the high was, or the, you know, on the lowest setting, that it was 16 hours. So that's what I mean. It was kind of like really confusing in the forms of, you know, trying to figure out, you know, how long it lasts and stuff. So I'm just going to do the test myself. I'm not going to do it on strobe. I'm going to do it in the lowest setting, but I'm not going to do it on strobe because that just gives me a freaking seizure if I'm sitting there staring at freaking blinking lights all night. But I'm going to do it on the lowest setting and just watch it and see what happens with it. I'm going to make sure it's charged up real good before I start that test. What I found on Amazon for two of these, the packlite 16s, the new ones, are going for about $20 for two of them. And that's on Amazon Prime. So I think they have their uses behind it. Just even just in general, the light you put out, which I'm going to shut the lights off here in a minute and kind of show you what kind of light it gives off. But just for that, the possible fishing, bobber, whatever you want to say, possible flotation device. I've used this thing as a pillow. I'll just kind of deflate it a little bit, wrap a, you know, shirt or a jacket around it or something just for a pillow. This one in particular, I've given this to my daughter when she's in the bathtub, and just let her freaking, you know, throw it under the water and let it, you know, float up and all that stuff. And if she can't destroy it, let me tell you, it's pretty good quality. And this is the cheaper one. You know, this is the newer one, and you could definitely tell the difference in the texture that is thicker. So that's good. But I'm sure there were people out there that were, you know, maybe not. I shouldn't say that they were misusing it, but you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that, you know, set stuff on there probably shouldn't have, or put it on the ground where it shouldn't have, and someone stepped on it, poked a hole in it. So I haven't had any issues with that. The biggest issues I do see is the creases where it folds up, right here and here. You kind of see where it's like, that can probably be a weak point here at some time. But I really don't see this as being like a permanent thing. I think that's kind of why they do a large quantity sales on these things, because I do feel that they're I'm not going to say disposable, but they do have their flaws in it in the forms of, you know, getting holes poked in them and stuff. That's anything. I mean, you can go out and buy like these fancy air mattresses and stuff, like, you know, the multi-mats and stuff like that, these blow-up mattresses and that, and, you know, it gets set on a rock wrong. It don't matter how nice that material is, it's going to poke a hole in it, you know what I mean? But I haven't run across it yet, and if I did, I probably would try and fix it first off. Like my first thing, I'd try and patch it up and see what it does. But so far I haven't had that issue. But here, let me show you the test on this one, because this is the old one. Well, find the button. Yeah, there we go. So that's on the brightest setting, and it says that the new one says it can light up a 125 square feet, I believe, was the setting. Let me tilt this up here a little bit so you can kind of see what it's hitting. So I mean, as the brightest thing, it's only the old one has only 2 settings, so but that's not bad for what you get out of it. And like I said, if that does, on the lowest setting, if that does last 16 hours, you know, and especially the way it does charge and stuff, that's pretty good. That's the lowest setting. So, and that's for me, I mean, that's plenty of light. Let me blow this on. If you got good lungs, you can blow it up in one breath, but as a former smoker, I could probably blow it up better if I friggin' didn't smoke all those years. But all right, let me shut this one off here. And now here's the new one. And this is I believe the brightest thing. Let me make sure, but that's 65 lumens. You can tell how much of a difference that is on me and stuff. You know, what it's shining on those 2 LEDs. There's the mid, low, and then it's got the strobe. Like I said, they tested, I think they said on there that, you know, the 30 or whatever for that, but I'm not basing it off that. That's more of like a signaling thing, like throw it out in the water and hope to God someone finds you kind of thing. But they do put out some pretty good light. And like I said, I have put this in my pack for for extended period of time, and it does hold its charge very well. It charges really easy. Like I said, if you leave it on your pack, and that's what I just put one of these little carabiners. I don't know what water bottle or something I got this off of, and just, you know, hung it on the outside of it. And I think if I do buy more of these, because now that I have 2, one's definitely stayed in the bug out bag for sure. The other one I may just leave in the car. I might just throw that sucker in the, you know, on the dash or something, to just keep a good charge in it while I'm, you know, driving. If I need it, I, you know, can use it. But for signaling and the other things I said, you know, like I said, and I haven't tested it out completely yet. I've done a little bit of testing in water with, like I said, giving it to my daughter, but I did a little testing in a pond and stuff with just the bobbers and stuff to try and see what it would do with fishing lines and stuff. And I mean, it is waterproof. I haven't had any issues with that. Like I said, just for a pillow and stuff like that, and the light source. And what I think what they have these mainly for is for like stringing them up, like on a ridge line, so you can, you know, just let them hang across. So, I mean, would I keep 10 of these things in my bug out bag? Probably not, but you know, with further testing, if I do find that this could be a valuable thing for a flotation device to keep my ass above water, because I hate swimming. So, you know, I mean, this is about the same consistency of one of those freaking water wings, you know what I mean? So if you put, you know, 3 or 4 of those, I would say, you know, if you've got a big enough bug out bag and you're not one of those, you know, lightweight hiking Nazis, and you don't mind the weight and the area you're taking up on them, I think it would be beneficial. I know, at least for me, because like I said, I can swim, but I ain't a strong swimmer. I really am not a fan of it, but just to put, you know, on your pack, if that's what you got to do, or on a dry bag or something, maybe even to submerge it a little bit to keep you, to kind of, for stealthier stuff, to kind of keep it below, but you could still kind of keep pushing as you're swimming under the water or something like that. And just like I said, just, you know, to rig something up to, you know, strap it onto your, you know, maybe your chest and one on your back or something to keep you from going down too far. So like I said, I'm gonna do some more tests with that. I'm also going to do the light test. I want to see how long it actually lasts. If I get enough time, I'm probably going to do the lowest setting and the highest setting. I'm not going to do it on this one because I haven't even seen these out there now. It's all these packlite 16s. like I said, I bought this one over a year ago, and it's still going strong. I've been beating it up pretty good, sleeping on it and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that in another part, but I just wanted to show you guys what they're all about. And like I said, I think for the money for two for 20, and that's just on Amazon. There may be places cheaper where you can find these things. They were on, it was, I believe, two females that created these, and they went through Shark Tank and stuff and all that fancy jazz. So I don't know how, to the extent of what, I never looked up that specific episode, but they do a lot with third world countries and stuff for like providing light in Africa and stuff. But that just folds down, you know, real slim size. And like I said, I just keep the carabiner, throw the clip on. You can just throw it on your pack, whatever. And it just does charge fairly quickly. I've never taken this out of my pack or anything and it not have light. So it does hold its charge and stuff like that. So that's Tunnel Rat 11 here. Thank you for listening. Hopefully I'll come back at you with the part 2 of this here real soon. Thanks.